Hey, good evening. Well, late afternoon, rather. It's Devin Dixon, Casey Winters here on the Fan Sports Network for more high school hoops in the preseason. And we've got the Desert Hills Thunder and the Skyview Bobcats in this North-South challenge. And it was an exciting night last night. A lot of teams made their season debut. Teams like Crimson Cliffs, your old stomping grounds coach, they were down as many as 12, come back and win by 6 last night. And Dixie blowing out Mountain View. Owen Mackey making big shots. Snow Canyon winning in double overtime. A lot of excitement last night.
Yeah, that was a great. I was lucky enough to catch the Dixie game and then jetted over to catch the end of the Snow Canyon game. And yeah, saw Owen hit a big 3 to send him to OT, and then hit the game winner in double OT. So yeah, huge weekend of basketball here in Southern Utah. I think just about every team is playing, so lots of good competition. Yeah,
lots of games going on tonight, but this is the only one we've got for you today. Got the big Christmas party tonight, so wanted to get a little afternoon hoops in, so no flump from the bleachers. Mark and Caden, they can get ready for the Christmas party tonight. Casey and I will take you through this Thunder Skyview game, and Skyview is a really good team, a team you know really well, Coach. They've got a lot of guys back that have been playing basketball together a long time.
Yeah, this Skyview group, man, they're solid. They knocked us out of the state tournament last year in the quarterfinals. Bring just about everybody back. You know, they got the Carter brothers, they got Logan Dill, just Hayden Howe. I'm excited for this game. I mean, this is a matchup we could very well see up at Utah State at the end of February. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams play each other. I know Desert Hills has changed their style a little bit. They're going to try to pressure. They're going to try to get up and down. Of all the games this weekend, I think this is the one that I wanted to watch the most. So I appreciate being here.
Talk to me a little bit about Desert Hills. They don't have a true 5. They really don't even have a true 4, but they're going to try to press and run and gun. Will it work, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, you saw them right in a game last night with Ridgeline, who has a legitimate big, one of the better bigs in 4A, and they were still right in that game. Like I said, Coach Allred and his staff, they've done a great job kind of changing their style to fit what they have. So, like I said, expect to see a lot of pressure, a lot of trapping, and then at any point, anybody could bring the ball up. They're going to let a lot of threes fly. So I'm excited to see, how they do against this Skyview team this afternoon.
Let's take a look at our Findlay Subaru keys to the game. Coach, break it down for me. What are you stressing if you're Coach Hillard and the Bobcats?
Handle pressure. I mean, not knowing too much about these teams as far as this season goes, Desert Hills is going to get after it. So just handle pressure, and then I think you do got to get into Logan Dill and let him go to work in the paint. Desert Hills is going to have to find an answer for him. He's not big like a Kyle Lemke. He's 6'4", 6'5", but man, he is crafty. He gets on that block, and he's got great footwork, finishes well. So I think, for Skyview, they got to exploit that mismatch.
And for the Thunder, second-year head coach Chris Allred, although he's been a longtime head coach in other sports and basketball. In fact, in this gym, it was Pineview's coach for a number of years. What are the keys to the game brought to you by Findlay Subaru?
I think they got to handle Skyview zone. They'd run a little zone press. They'd like to extend it up into half court. So just making sure that they can get past that initial line, handle the ball, and then, man, just find those shooters. They got plenty of guys that can fill it up. So find guys that are open and shoot it with confidence.
Casey Winters, Devin Dixon, here we go. Thunder wearing the white home jerseys with the gold trim. Thunder looking good. Bobcats got the black jerseys with the baby blue numbers, and we are ready to go. It'll be Brooks Rigby to jump it up against Eli Allred. So it tells you a little bit about Desert Hills. You got your shooting guard jumping here, and it's won by the Bobcats, controlled. And here we go. We're underway. Let's play some basketball. Could be a preview of a postseason game later in the state tournament. You never know. Hayden Howe on a handoff outside. You got to watch out for him. He only had 2 points yesterday, but Skyview has already beaten Box Elder and Cedar. They are 2-0. Desert Hills with their loss to Ridgeline last night, 0-1. Shot down low by Logan Dill won't go, and the Thunder want to run.
Yeah, you can see Skyview got to their guy right away. Here they come back the other way.
Tanner Davis with the quick hands and a steal, and then he decides to slow it up, guarded by Lincoln Holmes. And Davis, offensive foul, no bucket, and taking the charge, Boston Holbrook.
Great job by Boston sliding over on that drive. Both Davis brothers really like to attack the rim, so great job by Boston sliding over and getting an early foul on him.
Carter and Tanner Carter wearing number 5, Tanner wearing number 1. Your House of Jump starting lineup didn't really get you that, but it's Esplin, Chomp Jones, Lincoln Holmes, Boston Holbrook, and Eli Allred for Coach Allred. Eli Allred is not his son, it's his nephew.
Yeah, and Eli's great. I mean, he had a great sophomore campaign. Expect big things from him. I know he had 13 last night. He can really do a little bit of everything.
The ball was deflected out of bounds. Thunder retain. We're not quite a minute into this game. No score on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Out top, Chomp Jones just looking. Still got that left knee brace on. Gonna have to wear that all season long. He had 2 ACL surgeries. He's hoping to stay healthy this year because he's a hustle type energy guy.
Oh yeah, Desert Hills needs Chomp, and I think they felt that loss a bit last year. So hopefully he can stay healthy.
Shot won't go. Rebound Bobcats, and inside, no, but a whistle and a foul and a block. This time they call a block on Holbrook, his first personal foul.
Yeah, I think he just slid a little late, Dev. I think he tried to do the exact same thing that he did the time before, but maybe slid right after Davis had left the ground.
0-0 our score. Davis to the line, and Carter Davis, the lefty, can't get the free throw. Fabulous Freddy's free throws. Hey, now through the end of the day with the Utah Utes playing in the Pac-12 championship game, you stop by, you get gas at Fabulous Freddy's, you give the code word Utah Utes to the gas attendant, you get 20 cents off per gallon. So if you need to fuel up before you take your wife out for birthday festivities this weekend.
I'm not even a Utes fan, but I'll take that discount any day.
That's right. And quick offensive foul on a push-off, and I think they got Lincoln Holmes. He was cutting down low and then just tried to kind of cut back out and just extended the arm.
Yeah, that's one of Desert Hill's staple plays. Their little 5-out motion where they run a little pick screen, and every once in a while, you know, they get caught on it. 1-0
our score on a free throw by Davis. Little give and go. Rigby's going to hoist a 3. Got it. Beautiful rotation there, and it goes nothing but the bottom.
Yeah, great pick and pop by Skyview on the wing there.
Thunder down early 4-0. Holmes, a little shake and bake, but he's just holding, waiting for something to develop. Now get it to Holbrook.
And you can tell, Dev, I mean, Skyview gets after it. They're out denying the wings. They're trying to get those tips and steals. It's going to lead to an easy bucket.
Jones blows by his defender. Help defense comes over, and he misses a little runner. Outlet ahead to Davis. Davis lobs it high for his brother. And nothing there. They'll kick back out. Davis 3 short. Rebound, Logan Dill. Nice little spin move. Left-hand finish. Oh, yeah.
There he is. He's smooth. I mean, he can finish with both hands. Great offensive rebound. Boston's got his work cut out for him, trying to keep Logan out of the paint.
6-0 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Lights, fans, home decor, and so much more. Go check out what they got for you this holiday season at Wilkinson's. A unique place to shop. 5:22 to go. And Desert Hills has not scored yet. Looking for their first points of the game. Holbrook. Drive, spin, pump fake. No up and under available. Kick it back out to Lincoln.
Interesting, Dev. No shot clock running in Pineview today. They must not have them functional, so Desert Hills doesn't need to be rushed.
Little leap and leaner, Chomp Jones. No, that won't fall. You're right. And the rule is they sent a memo out, I believe, Coach, that if the shot clock's not working, you just don't use it. There's schools like Hurricane that still don't have theirs that have arrived in the mail, and Hayden Halberry's a triple.
Yeah, there he is. He can shoot it. Hayden's smooth. You got to get up. You got to get in his face. You got to make him put it on the ground.
9-0 the run, and still no timeout yet. And they say Chomp Jones drug his pivot foot and traveled.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, you know, going back to the shot clock. These teams have practiced all summer and beginning of the season using the shot clock. So I think even in their heads, they've got that clock already dialed in. And so I think Desert Hills, you know, maybe recognize, I think they played over here last night, and so they should just take their time and get a good possession in.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the clock's down. The JV's not using it. The region decided not to use it for JVs from what I understand, but the varsity should be using it. It must not be functional like you said. If Skyview scores again, although you got some subs in the game, Coach Allred might be inclined to take a timeout. It's 9-0. Skyview working some clock. Around to Davis. Davis three-pointer, no. Rebound, Morty, who just checked in. Mortensen checked in, and so did Jackson Holman. Holman actually led them in scoring yesterday in that 2-point heartbreaking loss to Ridgeline. He had 14 and a block. Holmes is blocked by Davis. Shovel pass to the corner. Rigby gets it back to Davis. The ball's just hanging out there, and it's last touch by Holmes, they say.
Great drive by Lincoln. I mean, he did get blocked, but, man, let's try to get to the free throw line. Let's try to get a layup. I thought it was a great drive by Lincoln.
Holmes had 13 yesterday. So did Allred. Pretty balanced scoring. They scored 62. As always, if we get over 55, everybody wins. You can go to the St. George Yogurtland, take advantage of the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert, and Skyview's well on their way to 55. Logan Deal again down low.
Yeah, that little cross screen, they have a guard going across and setting a cross screen for Logan. That's going to be a tough switch for Desert Hills.
Holman will take a 3 off the iron out of bounds, and another empty possession. When do you take a timeout, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's time. Just rally him, drop a good play, get a good basket, maybe switch up your defense a little bit, and just try to get something going in your favor to end this first quarter.
Howell across half court, passes it over to Tanner Davis. Brooks Rigby backdoor cut to Howell. Good one-handed stop by Howell. And a fadeaway won't fall. Offensive rebound put back. That's good for Logan, the real deal.
There's our timeout, Dev. I think you're going to see that action from Skyview a lot where Hayden Howell backdoors. If he doesn't get it, he's going right to that cross screen for Logan Dill. So, hopefully Coach Allred can address that here in this timeout.
Timeout's brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. All Skyview early on. They lead 13-0 over Desert Hills.
Finley Subaru is a proud sponsor of Region 10 basketball. They work hard to be active in the community and have
we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump. House of Jump is Southern Utah's
and all Bobcats. Skyview trying to get to 3-0 and a great start. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters with you, 13-0. It's like a football score in the first quarter. And Desert Hills desperately needs a bucket. Inside they insert it to Holmes and a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, I think, if you're Skyview, I think you're coming down to this tournament and you're trying to let these guys know. I mean, the state tournament's coming through Logan, and it's going to be Utah State this year. I think they're trying to send a message to the teams down here that, don't forget about us.
And, every year you wonder who's going to be the tough teams from up north and down south. And you wonder what realignment's coming. For right now, the big storyline was Layton Christian is going to be playing in the 4A state tournament. We talked a lot about that at our media day 2 weeks ago. And a steal by Mortensen.
There he goes.
Here comes Morty. Morty gives it up. Holman bounces it down low. Maybe too unselfish as Allred will kick it out. Extra pass wide open, and Lincoln Holmes finally gets the Thunder on the board with the triple.
And all started by defense by Tavian. If he can keep getting some steals and get out and pressure a little bit, it'll lead to some of those easy buckets, wide open shots. Huge
U First Credit Union three-pointer by Taven Mortensen, and then an answer at the other end by Carter Davis. Davis has got 4.
Yeah, both Davis brothers, Carter especially, is just a smooth shooting lefty. He had a great season last year. Saw him a lot this summer. He's a great player, and then you add some pieces around him, and this Skyview team is showing why they're one of the favorites.
Man, I misspoke earlier. I was giving credit to Mortensen about the steal, but it was Holmes that had the bucket. The only points of the game. It's 16-3. Allred, jackknife jumper just inside the three-point line on a whistle and a foul on Hayden Howell.
Yeah, I mean, Eli got fouled, but I think if you're Desert Hills, man, you want to keep going to the basket. As soon as you start settling for those tough jumpers, that's a tough way to get back in the ball game. But luckily, Eli gets to the free throw line here. Hopefully, he can score a few with the clock stopped and turn around and get some stops.
Kendrick Terrell has come off the bench for Coach Eric Hilliard, longtime Skyview head coach.
Yeah, Coach Hilliard, man, he's a good dude. We go way back to the Bear River days, back when I was coaching up there. He's done a great job with that Skyview program. I know he's coached a lot of these kids. I think he has a son on the team that's a senior. So he's coached a lot of these kids probably up through the Bantam Leagues and Junior Jazz. So I'm sure this is a special year for him where he really wants to get it done.
Does have a son on the team, I believe, Cole Hilliard. Haven't seen him inserted into the game yet. Oh, there he is, number 12. He's got the ball.
Okay. And interesting right now, you got Tavian. He's guarding Logan Dill, and I know he's going to give it his all. So hopefully they can do a good job keeping him out of the paint. Foul there.
He had to. I mean, once the pass came, he was already leaning so much, he just pushed him down.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get around in front, maybe get some backside help, I think that's probably the best recipe right now to maybe slow him down a little bit.
Minute 14 left in the first quarter, and Skyview has dominated right now, 16-4. And a trip and a foul, and that one's going to go on Carter.
Good.
Offensive foul.
I think that's 2 on him, so that's huge for Desert Hills.
Carter Davis. Yeah, he's got a quick 2. Game brought to you by House of Jump. Looking for the the dunk of the game. If we get it, you get a text. We'll give you the number when it happens. You can text and get a free hour jump time at House of Jump. Excited about the dunk of the game promo this year. We'll try to get you some Nets on Fire Region 10 score updates, but really this is one of the earlier games. A lot of the games are later tonight. Busy night, but halftime we'll run down all the scores and the schedule tonight if you want to get out to a game on your Friday night. Of course, a lot of people are going to be locking in on that Utah-USC game tonight, huh, Coach?
Man, I'd rather go watch Dixie-Salem Hill, so
yeah,
that's going to be a battle, but yeah, good luck, Utes.
Holmes with a pretty little high floater that kisses off the glass and goes. He's got 5 of the Thunder 6. 30 seconds left. They're down by 10. Skyview with the advantage and the basketball. Tanner Davis out top, drives the lane. Floater won't go too strong. Offensive rebound. Davis missed the second one. Another rebound. Turnaround hook shot. That won't go. Rebound, Chomp Jones. Thunder have 16 on the clock. Don't have to hurry here. They can hold for a final shot and try to get it to single digits. Esplin to the corner, back out now with 8.
So Lincoln just needs to go to work. He's got 4 seconds.
Here goes Holmes driving down the lane in a block call, and he will head to the line for 2 with just a couple tenths of the clock actually signaled the end of the quarter, but I think the foul came with probably half a second on the clock.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dev. They should put just a fraction back on. We'll see if they do or not.
Might just clear the lane and let him shoot the free throws and then go to the break. It looks like the Thunder are anticipating that. So it's almost going to be like a technical foul here for Holmes. Is it harder to make a free throw with nobody around?
I think so. I think I'd rather have the guys on the line.
Holmes makes the first from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
Yeah, Lincoln's their go-to guy right now.
And he's got 7 of their 8. And you got to feel like to be within 8, you'll take it if you're Coach Allred. Second quarter coming up after this 30-second timeout on the Wilkinson scoreboard. 16-8, Skyview with the lead over Desert Hills.
Hi, this is Luke with Union.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Alongside the Coach Casey Winters, I'm Devin Dixon. Glad you're with us. Appreciate Udi and Associates, American Family Insurance. Get a free quote for life, auto, health insurance. Luke's your guy. A couple Southern Utah locations. Contact Udi and Associates, your local American Family Insurance agents here in St. George. And Coach, like I said, Desert Hills maybe got to feel pretty good. Only be down 8 right now.
Yeah, they started to get a few stops. You know, the last part of the quarter there. So if they can carry this in, you know, let's get even or ahead by halftime. They start with the ball, have a chance to cut into that lead right away.
They will have the possession to start the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. See if we can get a long bomb or 2 in this game. Long outlet pass, maybe a half-court shot or something to beat a buzzer. We'll see. Right now, Holmes has 7 of the 8. Holman in the corner, that 3 short. Jackson Holman's not intimidated. The junior likes to shoot it.
Yeah, you can tell he's got a good stroke. It looked like he hit a few last night. I like that action they were running right there. That was really good. You know, get Lincoln on the wing, let him come off a ball screen and create.
You got a good staff around Coach Allred with Craig Allred, his brother. And then you got guys like Will Hokinson, who's been a longtime assistant. Treg Holbrook helping out. Is it weird being in the booth instead of coaching, buddy?
Oh, this is great, man. I'm loving it. So, you know, you got Van Gundy's doing it. You got Chris Webber. You got all those guys that, you know, were players or coaches, and now they're in the booth. I'm loving it.
Allred to Esplin, turns, faces back to Allred. passed on a good look at a three, drives, kicks to Jones. Jones will hoist and hit. Chomp Jones from downtown. You First Credit Union three.
Great job by Eli right there. You know, he could have settled for the three, drove, found a wide open chomp, and he drilled it.
Driving into the lane, a little up and under, and a beautiful bucket there by Kendrick Terrell. First points of the night. What do you think of Juddy and the Trailblazers giving Utah State all they wanted last night?
And I know, having Coach played there, he would have loved to come out of Logan with a win, and they almost had him. They almost had him. They've been playing well against some really, really tough opponents. Hopefully they can sneak one out at Weber tomorrow and then get ready for some WAC play.
Holman will check out. Holbrook will check back in. Holman came in and went 0 for 3 shooting there. But not shy to take an open shot, and they weren't bad looks, just hasn't connected yet. Go ahead.
Dev, I think this is a crucial time with Logan Dill out. You're pretty even across the board. I mean, there's not really a big on the floor, so maybe this is a chance for Desert Hills to make a little run while they've got the size out of the game.
Bucket down inside by number 23. That's Seth Chambers, who just checked in and quickly into the scorebook. Chomp will pass on a three. Tries to kick it back out, deflected by Hayden Howell, and it goes right to Hilliard. Back to Howell across half court. Hayden to Chambers. Inside, Rigby, and the defender fell down, and Rigby scores it easily.
Yeah, it goes against the point I just said. You know, trying to keep him out of the paint. Rigby's got some length, but I think Eli can guard him. He'll just hold his ground and stay between him and the basket.
Brooks Rigby hit a 3 earlier. Now hits a nice little 2. Points in the paint. He's got 5. 22-11 our score. Skyview leading Desert Hills here on the Fan Sports Network and the live stream. If you're driving around listening and you're getting home for the night, you want to watch this game, just go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. Also in KSL, picking up the stream for the game. We're statewide, baby.
Oh.
Shot won't go. Chambers driving, offensive foul. We've got a lot of offensive fouls, and that's the second charge taken by Boston Holbrook.
Yeah, great job staying in front of his defender, just holding his ground and not afraid to get on the floor. Coaches love that. That changes the momentum. Not only picks up a foul on Skyview, also takes away a bucket or a potential bucket. Huge play by Boston.
Little pressure shown, and they get it in and get it right back to Holbrook, who will run the point now. Goes to Allred and over to Esplin. Landon finds Chomp. Holmes is kind of playing the 5 right now.
Yeah, they got some 5 out. Yeah, trying to get Lincoln to catch at the high post, maybe let him face up and create. I like that spot. Lincoln's quick, he's strong. I think he can do some damage from there.
Again, shot clock waiting for some parts or something here at Pineview, so it's not functional. So long possession here. Probably getting down to about 4 if there was a shot clock. So Holmes is going to shoot up at the corner 3, missed it, and rebound, strong rebound by Brooks Rigby.
Looks like Desert Hills is trying to ramp up the pressure here, maybe force some turnovers, get some easy buckets. They got a little run and jump going.
Doesn't work though. They go down inside to Rigby. Patient backs his way down and off the window and in. Brooks Rigby.
Yeah, Rigby, I mean, he's not super strong, does have some length, but man, he's finished well around the basket this afternoon.
He's got 7. And 24-11, lead back up to 13 for the Bobcats. Inside, all alone, Allred turns, faces, spin move, and takes a tougher shot than maybe if he would have just shot the original shot. And he misses everything, but it's out of bounds off the Bobcats.
I think you're spot on. Eli's just got to go up strong right there. He's got the length and some size to finish that.
Ty Attig is checking into the game for the first time.
Yeah, Ty's a hustler. I'm excited to see him get some minutes. He's worked hard on his game, played a lot of ball this summer, so let's see if he can give the Thunder a spark here.
Holmes looked like a design inbound to get it to him, and then he misses the 18-foot J from the baseline. Thunder probably only shooting about 20% right now in this first half. We're exactly halfway through the second quarter, 24-11. Hayden Howell will take a 3. That won't go. Bodies falling all over. And Esplin and Dill get a little help up. And who are they going to call this on? I'm assuming Landon Esplin or...
I think it went on Holbrook, trying to box out Dill, which is a tough task for anybody, and just kind of drug him to the ground as he was trying to box him out.
That's 2 on Holbrook. And now he'll stay in the game. They're not going to sub him out. Just 2 fouls. You get 5, baby.
Use them all.
Dill pass to Rigby, hoisting the 3 short. And rebound and an offensive foul called, I believe, on Chambers? Yeah, Seth Chambers with the personal foul. That's his second.
Good time for Desert Hills. They're in the bonus. You know, we still got 3:45 in the second quarter. You know, if they can keep attacking the basket, maybe chip away at this lead with a few free throws, that'd be big for them.
Yeah, need something to go. It's always nice to get a couple from the foul line with the clock stop. Taven Mortensen line. Taven, good to see him out there playing. He suffered a concussion in the state championship football game and did not return to the game. That happened in the first half. It was a fly sweep. He turned it into like an 18-yard gain, and he took a hit at the end. He actually ran off the field in his own power, so as I was doing that broadcast, I didn't really notice it till a series or two later when he wasn't out there, but it was pretty bad, and he missed a little bit of practice, and you're already a little bit behind coming out of football anyway.
Yeah, he's a huge energy guy. You can tell on the bench, on the court, he's talking. You know, he's trying to get guys in the right spot, bring some energy. So, yeah, definitely a piece Desert Hills wants on the floor.
Inside to Deal. Holmes goes straight up, and it's last touch by Holmes. And Logan Deal, I think he wanted a foul there, but I think the official said Holmes went straight up.
Yeah, Logan can't complain about that one. He's just got to go strong, and he's going to give fouls. He's got smaller guys guarding him, so just got to keep going strong.
The double Deal, and he fights through it, tries to shoot it up, gets his own miss, misses it again, gets a third rebound, and they call an offensive foul on Logan Deal.
Yeah, I think that's more of a frustration. Missed the first two bunnies, kind of holding off the guy behind him. And once again, Desert Hills goes to the free throw line. Let's see if Holman can cash in on these two.
Just his first. Logan Deal has his first personal foul. Not anybody really in too much foul trouble. Holbrook for the Thunder, the only guy in a little bit of foul trouble in this one so far. Chambers has two. Carter Davis has two. Driving the lane, Rigby. Tipped by Chomp, but goes right to Hayden Howell. Howell whips it to the middle.
Great cut.
And it's stolen away. Addig with the steal ahead to Holmes. Holmes kicks it. Holman three, and that won't go. Pretty good look, but Jackson Holman is now 0 for 4 and a little bit frustrated. He couldn't knock that one down.
Yeah, that was a great look. Great drive by Lincoln. Found Holman wide open. That's one that's going to go down. He's got to keep shooting those.
12-point lead for the Bobcats, 24-12, 2:45 left to go here in the second quarter.
I feel like Desert Hills gone to a little of like a 2-1-2 zone. You know, they're just matching up, trying to keep Dill out of the paint, trying to keep him at the high post.
Rigby drops it down inside, and the real deal with the bucket, strong bucket between Addig and Holman.
Yeah, Logan. We mentioned it in the pregame. Logan Dill is a load to carry, and like I said, he's not super tall, but man, he works hard in that paint, and you'll find him in the top of the scoring for 4A as the season goes along.
As always, we'll hand out some awards. Our Jersey Mike Sub of the Game, Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Player of the Game. Another three, that won't go for Holman. He's missed all 5 field goal attempts, but it's knocked out of bounds off of Logan Deal, and the Thunder will have it.
Hey, if you remember when we did the preseason preview, Lincoln Holmes loved playing here because the rims were soft. I think Holman's going to disagree with that. He's had a couple rattle in and out.
Also got to name our Hearst State Harbor Player of the Game. We're looking for the defensive play of the game. Also coming at you with some of the Skyview folks listening on the fan up in Cache Valley, so we'll try to pass along some of their sponsors as well. Shot won't go. Holmes misses. 1:45 to go in the second quarter, 26-12. Carter to the middle of the floor, and he's fouled. They won't say the shot counts.
Yeah, now we got both teams in the bonus, so you know this is a spot where, you know, on the flip side, Desert Hills doesn't want to put Skyview at the line with the clock stop to extend their lead. But Davis, I mean, he puts his head down, shoulders down. Luckily, he missed the first one.
So the lead stays at 26-12. Low-scoring game. Trying to get that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert today. We need over 55 points. Desert Hills, with 1:25 left in the half, has scored 12.
Yeah, buckets have been tough to come by. Miss some good shots.
And another offensive foul, taking that charge, number 14, Kendrick Terrell.
Yeah, and that's Lincoln just making a strong move. Unfortunately, Terrell held his ground and took that charge. Like you mentioned, I think maybe we've had, half
6
the
or
fouls.
7 charges already in this game.
Which is a coach, you hate charges. It's almost like just let them play. Just because they are tough plays.
No look down low. Davis to Dill, and another bucket. Dill is now into double figures. He's got 10.
Yeah, all set up by Davis, just driving the paint. Help comes.
Steal by Davis. And he will dunk it.
Snuck it over the rim.
Little cruise, two-hand baby dunk. 30-12 Bobcats. And a steal again. Carter Davis, left-hand finish, and what opportunity.
Man, what a finish. What a finish by Davis with the left hand. Looks like maybe a contact might have got taken out as well, but what a steal and finish by Davis. That's back-to-back buckets by the Davis brothers.
20-point lead, and the line is Davis.
And that's where Skyview is so good, Dev, and it's what beat us last year in the state tournament is we threw the ball right to the Davis brothers, and they make you pay on the other end, and you can see them ramping up the pressure here. 2 turnovers right in a row. One was a charge, one was a live ball, and Skyview makes you pay.
Got a little bit of a stoppage there just to make sure he's okay. Now he's got the at the line, has the ball, and the free throw too strong. Rebound to Holman. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Lead is 20 all of a sudden.
Yeah, be huge. Even though it's a 20-point lead, let's get a bucket here. Let's get some momentum going into the locker room if I'm Desert Hills.
And they call a foul on Trey Landick, I believe. He kind of started to lose the ball and then reached back in to try to get a jump out of it, and they call him for the reach-in foul.
Yeah, and that's just Terrell right there with some of that fierce on-ball pressure that, has kind of been Skyview's calling card here the last 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Trey Landick is Mason Landick's little brother. He's a junior, I believe. Mason went to Eastern Washington after graduating Desert Hills, and now he's playing over in the old Pac West at
Hawaii Pacific.
HPU, yeah.
Yeah, I'd take Hawaii over Eastern Washington any day.
You don't like Spokaloo,
I've
Coach?
been to both those places, and I'll take Hawaii all day.
Trey crossed half court, gets it to Allred. Allred has a free throw in this first half. One of their leading scorers last year. Holman, another 3, good look, and this one spins out.
Just rolls out.
And it's off of Logan Dill. And Holman's going, what in the world is going on? They just won't fall.
I don't think he's doing anything wrong, and I know you're frustrated because you haven't made any, and even Coach might be a little frustrated. But those are good shots. He hasn't taken a bad shot.
Yeah, I agree. And that one kind of was the ultimate, it's just not your night because it spun out around the horn. 3 on the clock. Allred drives, kick out, Landick at the horn. Good if it goes, no. And a big performance by this Skyview Bobcat team. They look good, Coach. Your thoughts on the first half? They lead by 20.
Yeah, Skyview's everything we expect them to be. Pressure, great guard play, solid in the post with Logan Dill. 2-3 games into the season, I think they're already showing, why they're right up there as favorites in the 4A bracket.
We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back, give you some statistics, set the schedule for you tonight, and get you the second half action. They turn it around pretty quick, so we'll probably only have about a 10-minute halftime break in this tournament setting. So at the break again on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 32-12, all Skyview. They lead Desert Hills. 3-minute timeout. We'll be back for the Rally Stop halftime show.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend. Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment news
Explain
and
your
media.
options and give you our professional input. Udi Associates lives right here and works in southern Utah. We are your neighbors. We want to help. Give us a call today for a free insurance review to make sure you are properly protected. Call Udi Associates.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at the pit at Pineview High School. Halftime presented by Rally Stop. Before or after the game, fuel up, grab a snack at your local Rally Stop. Alongside the coach, Casey Winters, Devin Dixon. Little holiday hoops, getting you ready for the second half. But first, Coach, this first half, Desert Hills did not shoot good from the field. I mean, especially from distance where they had some good looks. And they are down in a big hole. 20-point lead for the Bobcats, who did look good on both ends of the court in half number one.
Yeah, hopefully Desert Hills is in the locker room just finding some adjustments, maybe drawing up some plays, some sets to get some easy buckets. They've had, we mentioned it all the first half, they had some good looks that you expect to fall in the second half. We're still early in the season. You know, you have some guys that maybe don't have a ton of varsity time and they're just figuring out, you know, their way. But if Desert Hills can get going offensively, maybe get some steals, maybe ramp up the pressure, get some easy buckets, get Lincoln going, get Eli Allred going, get Boston some easy looks. I think, you know, it'll take a lot of work because Skyview's a really good team, but I think Desert Hills can claw their way back into this thing.
20-point advantage at the half. Run down some of the scoring for you in half number one. And Logan Dill, 10 points. Brooks Rigby, though, really nice. 7-point performance in that first half. Hayden Howell had a triple for his 3, 6 for Carter Davis, 2 for Kendrick Terrell, and 2 for Seth Chambers. Tanner Davis had 2 as well. For the Thunder, doesn't take long to recap the scoring with just 12 points scored. 7 of the 12 come from Lincoln Holmes, 3 for Chomp Jones, 1 for Mortensen, 1 for Allred. They got to get Allred going a little bit maybe in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a ton of attention on Lincoln Holmes. There's going to be attention on Chomp, so Eli, I think he can do multiple things. He can score, but then he can create for his teammates. Just like when Chomp hit that open three, it was based off a drive from Eli Allred. So if we can get Eli some looks at the basket, let him use his length and athleticism, I think he's someone that can take advantage here and maybe get things going for the Thunder.
What else did you see in that first half? How good is Skyview look better to you in game number 3 of a young season than they did last year? A lot of similar faces.
Yeah, you know what? I think Skyview is a lot like Dixie. They played a ton of basketball this summer. So I think coming into the season, it wasn't a huge adjustment for them. They probably played 50, 60 games this summer together, knowing, that they were going to be a contender for the state title. The one thing that does surprise me a little bit, though, is, when you look at Logan Dill, we knew about him. Rigby has been a force down low. I think as the season goes along, it's going to be interesting to see, how Skyview does, with a ridge line, with a mountain crest. Bear River's improved up there. And then, you never know what happens when it comes to the state tournament. But Skyview looks like they might be in charge of Logan and Cache Valley right now.
Well, and you look at, Ridgeline got a bucket, I think, with 4 seconds left to beat Desert Hills by 2 last night. At halftime, Skyview's up 20. And that's all we have to go on right now is common opponents early in the preseason before region play rolls around and it settles it for itself.
Yeah, but these games are so valuable. I always enjoyed playing. I know coaches have different thoughts. I always enjoyed playing teams that I might see later on in the year. So that way you can refer back to some sets. You can refer back to personnel more than anything and know, hey, this guy's a shooter, this guy's a driver, this guy's going to do this in the post. So no matter what happens here today, this is valuable for both teams, and this whole weekend's valuable for both regions. And just having these common opponents that you can look back, to December and February and say, all right, we've already played these guys. This is what we need to do to get the game that really matters.
Hey, real quick, want to thank some of our Skyview sponsors, video streaming on Cache Valley Daily and up on 106 The Fan in Cache Valley, Adams Wealth Advisors, Great Basin Graphics, McDonald's, The Logo Shop, Napa, Old Grist Mill. Thanks to Les Olson Company, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, Advanced Heating and AC, Cache Valley Auto Care, ARS, got a mess, you can just call ARS. New Horizons Beauty College, DD Auto and Salvage, Poblanos, don't forget their student special, $1 tacos. I'm going to have to hit up Poblanos.
Yeah, that sounds delicious right now.
When we go to the state tournament. Got to hit Maddox and Brigham City on the way up.
I got a few spots up there from when I lived in Tremont and spent some time in Cache Valley.
Yeah, and appreciate Lana Powell, State Farm agent, as well, our great sponsors, bringing you the Skyview broadcast up in Cache Valley. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters here. And let's talk second half adjustments real quick, Coach. If you're Coach Hiller, you do not much to change. You kind of like what your guys are doing, but you still got to give them a message of some sort, don't you? Or tell a joke or something at least.
Yeah, for sure. And Coach, he'll coach his guys up, and I expect them to come out and try to push this thing up to 30 as quick as they can. I think if you're Desert Hills, if you're Coach Allred, you're saying, hey, by the end of the third quarter, let's have this thing to 10 or less, and then we'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. But let's just not let this lead get any bigger. As coaches, you talk about the first 3 possessions. You talk about getting 3 defensive stops. And I think for Desert Hills coming out here, I believe it's going to be Skyview's ball. Let's get a stop, and then let's score 2 or 3 buckets in a row and see if we can get this thing to 15 in the first couple minutes of the quarter.
Hey, coming up after this game here at Pineview, Cedar will take on Mountain Crest. Crimson and Mountain View will be playing over at Crimson tonight. That game will be at 7 o'clock. Pineview will be playing Ridgeline tonight. That one's also at 7 o'clock. Dixie will have Salem Hills. That's who Snow Canyon beat in double overtime last night.
That's going to be a good game. I did catch the Dixie game and a little bit of the Salem Hills. Salem Hills has a little bit of size, so Kyle Lemke will have a little bit more resistance tonight than he has. I expect that to be the game of the night.
The other game, Snow Canyon Payson. That's who Crimson beat by 6 last night, so Payson will get the defending state champs. Those schedule and score updates brought to you by Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court, and Skyview picking up right where they left off. Who hit that 3?
Davis, smooth shooting lefty, looking like Ben Lindquist out here. Slinging threes with the left hand.
Carter Davis. Now, this was the old stomping grounds for Liquid Lindquist. And Davis has got 9 now. And shot won't go. Esplin, though, grabs an offensive rebound. And on the tie-up, I believe Carter Davis is going to get the foul, and he can't believe it.
That's a great look for Desert Hills, though. Landon just missed it, but man, we had a wide open layup at the rim. That's what we want to keep trying to get here.
That is 3 on Davis. Coach Hilliard is not going to the bench yet. Inbound out top to Landon Esplin. And back to Holmes. Now the free throw line. Holbrook turns, faces, nothing there. Now he's got Esplin wide open.
Good.
Easy bucket. Lando's first points of the game.
Yeah, that's a great look. They run a little screen away action. Landon slipped twice in a row where he's got that layup. That's big.
Inside, the real deal again. Too easy. He's got 12.
Yeah, Skyview's not been fazed by Desert Hill's pressure, which I think is going to be a calling card for the Thunder this season. You know, they're kind of picking it apart and giving Logan Deal some easy buckets on the other end.
Almost a charge, no call. And now still, here comes Carter. Carter will leap and lean, and they'll wave it away. Holbrook stayed there, and as he came down, it was just a subtle bump. Coach, what'd you see?
Yeah, great job again by Boston. When this is the third time we've said it. He sprinted in front, got his feet set before Davis left the ground and took a charge. You know, at some point, the Skyview guys got to know that 45 is going to take a charge. Maybe let's get a little Euro or a little pull-up to not pick up those fouls.
All red, whips it to the elbow. Esplin back to Eli. Eli drives the baseline, terminates. Cross-court skip to Chomp. Chomp drives to the middle, all the way to the rack. Left hand shot too strong. That was a pretty good look. Chomp just had too much off the window, didn't he?
Yep, great drive going to his left. That's the spot he wants to get to.
All the way in, and a block. Hey, we got a block.
And I'm afraid it's not on Boston.
Esplin.
If Esplin wouldn't have fouled him, Boston probably would have got another charge right there.
That is the second, I believe, on Landon Esplin, the senior.
They must be giving out socks or something over there at Desert Hills for charges or something.
Is that what you used to do? Fire guys up?
Yeah, that was Juddy's deal back in the day. He'd give out socks for charges.
Get a fresh pair of, what, Reeboks? Juddy buy Reeboks?
I don't
Nikes?
remember
what did he buy?
it was. That was back in the Snow College
I bet you
days.
he's not buying Stance socks for these guys now, is he?
Oh, no. They were good socks, though.
They were good socks.
They were good socks.
Free throw won't go.
I didn't take many charges. I think I grabbed a few pairs for my teammates.
Of course, tomorrow on the Fan Sports Network, we'll have, in St. George, we'll have Weber State hosting Utah Tech. It was 86-81 last night. 29, a career high for Cam Gooden.
Cam's a stud. He works with us out there on Nets on Fire. He's training up some of the youngsters here in town. That dude can flat out play. I mean, he can shoot it. He can get to the basket. And a great kid as well. So if you haven't had a chance to go see Cam Gooden play, it is definitely worth the price of admission.
Got a Cache Valley Bank timeout. Keep it right here. Coach Ryan Eves is making his way up the stairs, getting ready for that 7 o'clock tilt for the Panthers. I don't know what happened to the Panthers last night. They lost a heartbreaker, 58-56. Ugh. You okay, Coach? You got a game plan for tonight? He's shaking his head, yes. Mountain Crest, of course, will play Cedar next. Skyview beat Cedar yesterday. I think it was 68-52.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, Cedar without Zab Santana, they're going to be a different team. Looked like Ty Bronson had a great game. Stockton Albrecht can fill it up. So once they get it figured out, I expect Cedar to be right there in the mix as well.
Corner pocket three, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound to Esplin. He's had a couple of those.
Yeah, great job by Landon, crashing the boards, creating an opportunity. You know, a lot of threes come off offensive rebounds. That was huge by Landon.
Lincoln Holmes was the guy that gets the three-pointer to go. He's got 10, and it's a U First Credit Union triple, and the lead is 38-17. Skyview still easily in control of this game on the scoreboard with 5:30 left here in the third quarter. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters with you. North-South tournament, driving hard and whistling a foul, and Terrell will head to the line for two.
You can see Desert Hills is still trying to ramp up the pressure. They're, you know, trying to trap and speed these guys up, maybe trying to get a few turnovers. As long as they can rotate and close out, keep the ball in front of them, you know, it may be the ticket to getting back into this game. Pretty decent possession right there, just a foul right on the drive.
Terrell, free throw, got it. Again, Fabulous Freddy's free throw. One more coming for Terrell. He's got 3. And don't forget, stop by tonight and give them Utah Utes is the code word at either of the Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. You get 20 cents off a gallon of gas. So you got a big old diesel truck or something to fill up tonight. You can probably save 8 or 10 bucks.
Yeah, dude, take the gas cans down. I mean, that's that doesn't come around very often.
Gas is coming down. Diesel is not. And Holmes spin move blocked by Davis. Tanner Davis says nuh-uh, and here comes Hayden Howell right to the middle. Teardrop floater, no. Put back by Rigby, no, but a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, great block by Davis. You know, he's getting it done on both ends right now, and you know, led to some transition and a foul for Skyview. You know, this is where, you know, like I said, still at 22 points. We still got 5 minutes left. Let's see if Desert Hills can cut into this lead a little bit.
Brooks Rigby free throw, got it. I like the way Brooks Rigby looks. He's got 8.
Yeah, not someone you would have thought, you know, would be one of their leading scorers, but doing a great job crashing the boards and scoring in the paint.
He's got 9, both good from the free throw line. You know, coming into this game, Rigby hadn't really scored too much, 12 points in the first couple games. So averaging 6 a game, but he's already got 9 in this one. And there's a corner pocket 3 that goes down. You First Credit Union triple for Lincoln Holmes.
Yeah, you know, that's his second one this half. You knew they were going to come, and they're coming the right way. Driving, kicking, offensive rebounds. Those are easy shots for these guys to knock down.
Terrell, bump, no call, and now the call comes late. Baseline official didn't call it, but the outside official did.
Another charge for Boston Holbrook.
He's just planting there.
Yeah, I don't know what the region record is, but man,
is that his 5th one?
That's his 4th, I believe.
4th charge taken. That's right. Would have had another one, but they called the foul.
Yeah.
Boston Holbrook 4 charges.
And those are great. I mean, because you figure at least half of those are buckets, maybe getting to the free throw line. So I mean, just with those 4 charges, he saved them a good 6-8 points.
Let's make that maybe a top nominee for our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. Shot won't go again, point blank range. The Thunder just not shooting a good field goal percentage in this game. Howell, 70-foot fadeaway, got it, nothing but the bottom. Hayden Howell.
He is smooth, man. He can fill it up. He had some big buckets, big games last year where he filled up the score sheet, and you can tell he can get it going.
Yeah, I kind of thought he might go off in this one because he only had 2 yesterday. He's got 5 right now.
Yeah, and he's going to be a focus every game for the opposing team. I mean, he's not someone you want to let loose.
But with Davis brothers and then Logan, there's it's not like Hal has to go average 20.
No, there's plenty of scoring to go around. And just like any other team, like we talked about with Desert Hills, the more balanced they are, the better they're going to be.
Who made that last bucket? Was that Logan Deal?
It was, yep.
Deal's got now 14 after that little 8-footer straight away, and then a bucket good.
Yeah, crafty move by Boston Holbrook. It's starting to open it up a little bit here. We just can't trade buckets if we're Desert Hills. We've got to get some stops and then keep attacking on the offensive end.
Lead was 20 at the half. It's 23 right now. So Skyview increasing on that lead is Tanner Davis from the right side with the right hand. Pretty little lay-in.
Timeout by Coach Allred. Going to try to reset the guys. Man, they're doing some really, really good things on the offensive end. Just got to try to get some stops. If you're Skyview, man, you're loving 47 points in the middle of the third quarter. You know, pretty much getting whatever they want at the hole, hitting threes, getting the ball into Dill. Skyview's looking really tough right now.
Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. All Skyview, as Coach said, they are looking solid. They've got a 47-22 lead. We'll be right back.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Back 47-22 Bobcats. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters coming at you on the Fan, streaming on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com as well. And today's game brought to you by Bose Auto Parts. And I'm going to call this last 2:30 of the third quarter the Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game. If Desert Hills wants to win this, they got to try to go on like a 12-2 run or something.
I love it. Yep, you're exactly right. Let's try to get it, 10, 12 points before the end of the quarter.
Holbrook turnaround, Jay, good look, won't fall. Outlet ahead to Davis. Tanner Davis one-on-one with Holman, and a whistle and a foul called on Jackson Holman. Good sportsmanship there. Jackson picking up Tanner Davis, and Tanner Davis will head to the free throw line.
Man, Skyview is dangerous in transition. I mean, they get that rebound, the outlet's coming, and they waste no time attacking the rim. That's a tough.
That's a rebound and run. How many times have you said rebound and run in your life?
More than I ever wanted to, but it's true. I mean, the teams that can get out and get easy buckets, like I said, I saw Dixie last night, and they're as good as anybody at it. I mean, they were running all over the place, and Skyview, looks like they're not afraid to run with the best of them.
6 now for Tanner after both Fabulous Freddy's free throws go through. Desert Hill's desperate for buckets, just 22 points in this game so far, and we're late third quarter. Holmes has it kicked. Don't have to worry about resetting the shot clock. It is a reset from 35 back to 30.
I think if it's under 20, it resets. If it's above 20, it stays the same.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I've heard.
Got to train those clock operators, and I got to get trained up on the new shot clock rules as well.
Yeah, it's gonna change a few things. I mean, especially in the fourth quarter.
The end of quarter is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's not gonna affect a ton of teams because they're looking to score anyway, but.
Holbrook 3 won't go. Just not there from distance for the Thunder in this one.
And another good shot, rattled in and out. I mean, if you're Desert Hills, you can't change a lot because you're getting great shots that are right on the mark, just not dropping.
Howe, a little fake and turnaround jumper. No. Tip in, yes, by Terrell.
Terrell's been active. Man, he's another guy, when you hear Skyview, you're thinking Dill, Howell, Davis. Terrell's been great for these guys today.
Holmes will try a left angle 3. That won't go. Rebound out of bounds, last touch by Holbrook. Hilliard was fighting down low for that rebound. Substitutions in. Chambers will check in. Terrell will check out, and he's high-fiving kids in the stands. He's all fired up.
And it looks like, man, Skyview's a little deeper than maybe we thought, so it's good for us to be able to follow them through the season and see how some of these role players contribute.
You can tell this core has chemistry. Howe and Davis and Dill. Shot from Hayden Howe. That won't go. Rebound to Addig.
Yeah, Skyview's been, they have a great tradition of basketball, and they've had it for a long time. And I'm sure this new group of Cats is trying to be the next group that, brings the title back to Cache Valley and to Skyview.
Of course, it's going to be a real interesting adding Leighton Christian in the state tournament. You got to, it's funny because down here in the coach and media poll at our media day, it wasn't the defending state champs Snow Canyon Warriors picked first. Dixie was picked first in the preseason poll. But of course, it's not where you're picked in the preseason that matters.
Yeah, and I mean, with some of the changes that happened at Snow Canyon, I think that's fair. But watching Snow Canyon for just a few minutes I did last night, you had Cy Meacham hitting some threes.
He's improved a lot.
Yeah, Will Warner had a great game. Owen Mackey only had 10 going into overtime, 10 or 12, and then he exploded in overtime and double overtime.
He kind of just plays within the framework of the offense.
Yeah.
Travel.
And he's going to get everyone's best defender. He's going to get double teamed. So it's going to be huge for Snow Canyon to find those second, third guys that can fill up the score sheet and not force Owen to do it every night.
Of course, he ends up hitting the game that pushed it into OT and then hits the game winner and ended up with 21, didn't he?
Yeah. And it was fans on the court. They pushed him over to the bleachers. He was on the ground getting dogpiled on. Pretty fun environment for a first home game.
Mortensen in the corner with 7 left in this third. 3 for Holmes. That won't go. Holman put back.
There we go.
And there it goes. Jackson Holman. Desperation shot, no, and we've played 3 quarters on the Wilkinson scoreboard. 51-24, all Bobcats. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter on the Fan Sports Network.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC.
88 and 125-26390 Equal Housing Lender.
When my grand
Hey, we're back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters. Happy holidays. Can't believe we're in December already, Coach.
Crazy.
You got to start thinking about Christmas presents already.
Best time of the year, man. Basketball season.
It is hoop season, and we got this one for you. A bunch of hoops around town tonight if you want to get out and catch some games. And Holmes inside, low block move, drop step, and off the window and down it goes. An and one opportunity for Lincoln Holmes. He's been the bright spot. He's got 15 for the Thunder.
Yeah, great move by Lincoln. Got to the block. You know, this is a time. Looks like Skyview's subbed in. You know, some of their younger guys. Tough to come back, 25 points. But man, maybe Desert Hills can make a nice run here to start the fourth quarter.
16 now. Fabulous Freddy's free throw is good. Coupon books are on sale, and Utah Utes code word to get 20 cents off on gas for the rest of the day today. All alone under the basket. Chambers. Holbrook recovers, alters the shot, but Brooks Rigby offensive rebound. Davis running the lane. He's tripped and fouled.
Yeah, there's Rigby again, crashing the glass. You know, Desert Hills was scrambling out of the press, forced a tough shot, but couldn't come up with the rebound.
7:34 to go. And again, don't have any Nets on fire scores because Cedar is playing next. Snow Canyon, Dixie, Crimson. They all play later tonight. So does Pineview. Pineview will play here at 7 tonight. This is on their home court, hosting this North-South Challenge.
Great drive by Eli right there, getting fouled. Like to see him get going this fourth quarter and get a little rhythm.
What shoes is Eli wearing?
He's got the LeBron 20s on.
Those are the 20s?
I've heard they're sweet.
They look cool.
I can't afford them, but they look sweet.
And these kids win Venmo and three-point shooting contests or something to pay for those. Who knows?
No, they look nice.
What are the pink ones that is that number 13 Parker Christensen's got?
Those might be the KDs.
Okay.
The new KDs.
You got your shoe game down, Coach. I'm impressed.
Hey, I coached with Coach Fairborn.
Yeah, you got to.
I had to. I'm still. I mean.
You never know what he's going to show up wearing.
Oh yeah.
I would love to look at his shoe closet.
Yeah, he's got quite the collection.
7:07 to go in the game. 3 from the corner. Hayden Howell, no. High off the rim. Thought maybe it was going to fall in. It does not. 51-29. Skyview is handling Desert Hills. Holman out top, drops it into Holbrook. Holbrook back to the basket, looking. Now he's going to put a couple bounces, go to a drop step, scoop shot, and he can't get it to drop.
I will say Hayden Howell's probably got the best kicks on there. He's got the all-black Jordan 11s out there. Those are nice.
What's Coach Hilliard wearing? Can you see that far?
Skechers, maybe? I don't know.
He's got the front couple special.
The Air Monarchs.
Howell will try a left angle three. That won't go. Both teams cooling down, and Howell anticipates, rolls it in off the window, stealing a bucket for Hayden Howell.
Great anticipation by Hayden right there. Missed a shot, came back, made a positive play right after.
He's got 7. 30-second timeout. We'll take it. 53-29 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Back after this quick timeout.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com.
Bear Paw and taste the flavor of family.
Hey, we're back, everybody. 6:21 to go. Fourth quarter action here at Pineview High, Desert Hills, Skyview. This is game 1. They had some JV games throughout the morning wave, and Cedar will play next as they get ready to go. See Coach Monk's first year. We have 2 first-year head coaches in the region. Actually 3. Coach Fairborn, Coach Monks, and then also Coach Schweikert at Hurricane. 3 new coaches in the region this year, Casey.
Yeah, and Coach Monks has been around for a while along with Coach Fairborn. So, we might have our hammer dunk here.
House of jump.
Hey.
Dunk of the game. Get your cell phones out, everybody. House of Jump, dunk of the game. Text 833-644-2423. And text dunk to 833-644-2423. You get 1 hour free jump time. After that, Brooks Rigby, two-hand slam. He's got 11 in the game.
Yeah, Rigby's had his fingerprint all over this game. You know, scoring in the paint, dunks, offensive rebounds. He's getting subbed out right now. Great game for Rigby.
Chambers will check out as well. It'll be Davis, Christensen, Parker Christensen, and then Davis, and then number 22, Will Schumann, is checked in. And Logan Dill is still out there, and triple, nothing but the bottom.
Yeah, those brothers, you can tell they've got a connection. You know, they are doing work out there.
That was the lefty Carter Davis, wasn't it?
Yep, number 5.
He's got 12 now in this game. Tanner's right-handed. Carter's the lefty. All red. Hesitation move. Traveled. That's the right call, I think.
Yeah, Eli just got tripped up a little bit right there, trying to drive to the basket, and he got called for travel.
29 points for the Thunder, and turnovers do not help at this point in the game with just 5 minutes to go. They trail 58-29. Schumann to Davis. Tanner Davis, whip pass back out to Logan Deal. Over to Christensen. Christensen crossover, faked out Mortensen, and Deal with the lay-in.
Christensen with the pink shoes. Crossed him up and then dropped a dime to Logan Deal for the bucket in the paint. What a play.
You can tell he's been playing some hoops since a young age. Good handles, crossover.
Shifty, that was spectacular.
Chomp Jones, hard drive, can't score it over Schumann. Skyview pushes ahead to Christensen, leaves it back for Carter. And the three goes again for Carter Davis.
Yeah, he loves that left wing. He's hit 3 there this half, I believe. Just gets his feet set, and man, he has got a smooth stroke.
Outside Link just looking for somebody to break free. Finally, Mortensen pops out. 63-29, Bobcats rolling. Their bench has got a little clap going. Trying to create some defensive energy, and they get the turnover off Mortensen's hands out of bounds. They were trying to whip it down to Mortensen on the baseline.
Yeah, I think it was a great drive by Lincoln. Had the right idea. Just got to connect on the pass.
And another empty set there. Coach Allred going deeper into the bench. He'll bring back in Trey Landick and also Ty Attig. Esplin, Holmes, and Holbrook will stay out on the court. Little leap and lean, and there it is. Tanner Davis scores his 8 points of the night.
Now, great drive. Soft finish for Davis.
Holmes with a First Credit Union 3, and that one out there ways. Little deep three.
Yeah, that was deep. Yeah, Lincoln, you know, he hit a few earlier in the half, so maybe his stroke's feeling a little better, got some confidence, and wasn't hesitant to pull that one.
He's got 19. Inside, Dill, no. Got his own miss. Collects himself, goes up, no. Tips it in a third time, yes.
Man, you kind of forget about Dill for a minute with the Davis brothers going to work, and then there he is. Just offensive rebounds, doing work in the paint.
The real Dill's got 18. Holmes will try another 3. Landick will tip it out. Attig will grab it. Now Holbrook, little floater, got it. Boston Holbrook, nice little bucket. He's got 4.
Yeah, I think Logan Dill, I thought I remember seeing something. I think he's picked up a few offers from some junior colleges, maybe some NAIA schools, and you can tell, man, that he can play.
As can this entire Bobcat team. They're rolling here at the pit. They lead 67-34 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Come back for the finish here on the Fan Sports Network.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Hey, welcome back. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters. See if we have a shot of that dunk early. Keyword dunk to 833-644-2423 and get a text back with 1 hour free jump time at the House of Jump here in St. George. 2:40 to go. Bobcat ball. Skyview. It's early in the season, but they got all the makings of a team that looks poised to be there at the end of the season in the state tournament. 3 by Davis won't go. Knocked out of bounds. No, it's not. It's saved. And now scramble in the key. And we finally got a jump ball call. Hunter Clark in there to get the tie-up for the Thunder. A couple Bobcats in there, including a couple guys that just checked in.
Yeah, looks like we got Chase Curtis in the game, a junior that actually does have a little bit more size for the Thunder. Comes in right as Logan Dill's going out, but you know, he might be able to provide some little bit of strength inside as the season goes along.
It is Clark, Curtis, Esplin, Landick, and Attic on the court right now for Coach Allred. Brighton Williams has jumped onto the court.
Looks like we got Ben Chase coming in, younger brother of Mason Chase. Ben, you know, played some hoops for us over at Nets on Fire this spring and summer. He's a smooth shooting lefty too.
Yeah.
I expect Ben to have a great career up at Desert Hills.
Sophomore?
Sophomore, yeah.
Yeah. Free throws good. Clark makes them both. First points from the Fabulous free throw line for Hunter. Had a great year at cornerback for the state championship Desert Hills football team.
Yeah, he was all over the place. I caught a few games on the broadcast, and yeah, Hunter was flying around.
Him and Mortensen were both DBs. Holmes was on that defense too. You got a lot of football players out here playing for the Thunder basketball team. Baseline shot won't go. Rebound collected. And now a putback by Schumann goes up and in. Will Schumann.
I'll say, you know, you're Desert Hills, you know, take this from this game what you can. You got to play tomorrow morning or afternoon. Don't overreact. It's a long season. You know, just chalk this one up to Skyview getting the best of you, and let's go play tomorrow. That's a good thing about these long weekend tournaments is you don't have much time to think about the previous game. You got to get ready for the next opponent.
Yeah, and maybe a little hangover from that 2-point heartbreaking loss yesterday to Ridgeline. They just came out a little flat from the get-go. It was early 12-point lead. Cut it to 8 at the end of the first quarter, but then they pushed up to 20 at the half, and Skyview has not looked back. They lead with under a minute to play, 69-36. Curtis inside, off the window, no, but a foul. Using the left hand there.
Yeah, good move by Chase, you know, backing his defender down and getting to the little jump hook in the paint.
He's probably a year away from being a really talented varsity player, but you love his size, and this is a team that doesn't have any size, really, to speak of.
Yeah, and Chase has got good touch. You can tell, you know, a little off on that free throw, but he's got good touch around the rim, soft touch, and, you know, like I said, battling against a Kyle Lemke, against some of the size that Crimson and Hurricane have. He may need to come in and give the Thunder a spark as the season goes along.
Got the second one, though, way to kind of calm the nerves after misfiring on that first one. 40 seconds to go. Across half court, Brighton Williams. Give it up. Drive to the middle. Turnaround jumper. No, short. Offensive rebound. And that bucket is good. Nice little bucket there. And the Bobcats just rolling 71-37. Clark with it. 15 to go. Skyview going to win this game. Hunter, push shot, no. Rebound, and they'll slow it up, and that'll do it.
Yeah, Skyview imposing their will here in the pit tonight versus Desert Hills. They look fabulous. Obviously, you know, Desert Hills would like to give them a better shot, and I imagine at some point in February they may get that opportunity. But today, Skyview impressing all of us with their defense, their offense, their inside, their outside, and it's going.
71-37, the final score. It is a victory for the Bobcats. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Come back, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Stay with us.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Pay starts at 4.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Johnson Pediatric District post-game show. Skyview looking real good early on. They are now 3-0 on the season and beat Box Elder, beat Cedar, and now they've beat Desert Hills. And this one was in convincing fashion, and then this was really never a game in the second half. You thought maybe Desert Hills had a run in them that never came, and they just rolled.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Desert Hills, you're hoping you can come out at halftime and chip away, but Skyview left no doubt. I mean, they came right out. They got after it. They got some turnovers, hit some threes. You know, I don't have the stats in front of me, but you look at what happened from the three-point line. You know, Skyview, especially in the first half, made a difference. But then just having a guy that you can throw the ball to in the paint and go get a bucket, I thought that was a big difference. Logan Dill had a great game. Obviously, you expect Desert Hills to bounce back tomorrow against Mountain Crest. That's the one thing about Coach Allred and his teams. They'll fight, and they'll fight to the death. And you know, we've talked about it a lot. Desert Hills is going to mix it up in Region 10 down here and you know, be a threat every night.
Run down the scoring brought to you by Nets on Fire. At 19, the game high for Lincoln Holmes in the loss. He was the only Thunder player in double figures. He has 19 of the 37. And then pretty balanced for Skyview. 18 for Logan Dill, but 11 for Brooks Rigby at the dunk of the game. 15 for Carter Davis. 7 for Hayden Howe. And he had a lot of threes that just took a look down, peeked out. And then Tanner Davis had a smooth 8. So pretty balanced there. You got 4 or 5 guys. I thought Kendrick Terrell played good. He chipped in 5 in this one. Schumann had a bucket. Chambers had a bucket. Plenty of praise to go around when you win 71-37.
Yeah, and I think for Skyview, you'll see that throughout the season. It'll be pretty balanced. You may have someone go off one night, but you're going to see Davis, Howell, Dill. You'll see Terrell in there, Rigby in there. I mean, those 6-7 guys are really good. And then when you look at Desert Hills, you know Lincoln is the guy. I mean, he can hit it from 3. He can get to the basket. Now it's like, you know, Eli, Chomp, Boston, Landon Esplin, maybe you get Mortensen coming in off the bench. You get those guys firing on all cylinders. Holman hitting a few shots.
Yeah, he went 1 for 7. Yeah. He had 14 yesterday, but only 1 for 7 today.
And you hit a few of those early, and it changes the complexion of the game.
Basket looks bigger.
Yeah, and so Desert Hills definitely has the firepower, you know, to score the ball. They just didn't shoot it well tonight, which if you're a team that's going to shoot a lot of threes, that's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be nights where you're on fire, and there's going to be nights where they're just tough to come by. And it did open up a little bit in the second half. Lincoln hit a few. But, you know, Desert Hills will bounce back, no doubt.
Let's take some look at our awards here. First, the player of the game. Pretty easy on this one, or is it tough? For Skyview, who you got? Who impressed you the most tonight?
Oh, I mean, Logan Dill, I thought was great in the paint. You know, worked really hard, but also, you know, Davis. I mean, he got hot there in the second half, shooting those lefty threes. I'd have to go with either one of those two.
All right, let's go with, you know, let's go with Davis because he's got some pretty good defenders. Dill has a size advantage. He should have scored 18 against Desert Hills with the size advantage he had. So I like Carter Davis as your Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game for the Bobcats. And then let's name Lincoln Holmes. Pretty easy choice there, the Thunder player of the game. Thanks to Hearst Ace Hardware. Stop by, get your holiday Bosch mixers. They're on sale. You get a $60 cutting board. Biggest sale of the year. Pick them up Main Street, Cedar, and St. George, plus a bunch of great gift ideas. for the holiday season. Our defensive play of the game, pretty easy. Boston Holbrook took 4 charges, pick one. They're all good.
Yeah, they're all about the same. I mean, he did a great job. I think the one where he sprinted back on the fast break, where he was
waited for it.
Yeah, where he was the primary defender.
I like it.
A couple of the other ones he was sliding over and help, which is still huge. But yeah, that one where he sprinted, I think that's got to be it.
All right, your Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game, the charge by Boston Holbrook. Thank you, Morgan Pest Control. They got the 60 for schools. So every region win, the Desert Hills, the Cedar, the Crimson, the Pineview, the Dixie, the Snow Canyon gets, you're going to get $60 donated to your school. It's been accumulating from baseball through football, and we're wrapping it up with basketball season. This is their 60th anniversary in business in Southern Utah. So your first 4 sprays of pest control service, just $60. Look for the red trucks around town, and thank you, Morgan Pest Control. All right, how about the sub of the game, brought to you by Jersey's Mike's. Go get it Mike's Way at a Jersey Mike's location in Southern Utah. I got to look at a couple of guys here, but I think Kendrick Terrell is probably the guy. Did he start, or did he come off the bench? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I believe he did come in off the bench.
I thought so.
Yeah, and like I think I mentioned earlier, he kind of had
some energy plays,
handprint on the game, had some offensive rebounds, had a couple buckets. I think he took a charge as well. So yeah, for Skyview, Terrell is going to be a big player through the season.
Yeah, we'll name him here Jimmy John's sub of the game. I mean, he didn't get a lot of bench points tonight for the Thunder. He had, Hunter Clark came in and had 2.
Yeah, I thought
Holman had 2.
Mortensen came in, brought some energy, had that steal, had a couple good passes. I just love his energy.
Looking at the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game, you want to go with the dunk?
I like the hammer. Yeah, that's a nice breakaway two-handed flush.
All right, thanks to AWP, the Playmakers in the appliance business. Jesse, Shane, and the guys. It's easier than you think to buy direct and save. Just stop by across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Full kitchens, washers, dryers, dishwashers. You need appliances. You need to go see the guys. Why pay more? Buy it right from the distributor at AWP. One thing I want to mention, the schedule again, brought to you by Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Any tournaments coming up at Nets on Fire, Coach?
Yeah, we got a youth tournament coming up next weekend. So it'll be the 4th through 8th grade, 100-plus teams coming into town. So that'll be fun. And then we've got our youth league starting up in January, which will, I think when I checked today, we're over 140 teams.
Wow.
From Cedar to Mesquite. We were even getting some from Kanab. So that'll be all of our 5th through 8th graders. The players we'll see here on the court, down the road in the future. So we're real excited for that. Full gym on Saturday. So, yeah, that start up January 7th up at Nets on Fire.
Love it. Love it. Coming up next, Cedar and Mountain Crest. So that'll be coming up next here in the North-South Challenge. And then tonight here at Pineview High School, Ridgeline Pineview. That'll be your 7 o'clock game. Over at Crimson tonight, Mountain View will take on the Mustangs. Crimson won last night. Mountain View found out how good Dixie was in a big loss. A 39-point win for the Flyers.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And I expect, just looking at the games and the scores, I think Snow Canyon, as long as they're not too tired from last night, should be able to get pacing. I think Crimson should be able to get Mountain View. And then that Dixie-Salem Hills game will be a good game, but I expect Dixie to run them a little bit and play off that double overtime game that Salem Hills had last night.
Yeah, see if Salem Hills is a little winded, back-to-back games here. But you like that because that's what you're going to see in the state tournament. But that'll be at Dixie High School against the Skyhawks at 7. You mentioned Payson at Snow Canyon tonight. That one also at 7. So at Pineview, Crimson, Dixie, or Snow Canyon, you've got games at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you're looking to get out to a game and you're not watching that game down in Las Vegas with Utah and USC, high school hoops, love to see you. We've got more games coming up next week. And then we're doing about as many possible games as we can back to back at the Coach Walk Classic, which is always one of my favorite tournaments.
Coach Eves does such a great job with that tournament. Always brings in a great field. Wonderful cause with the Walker family. We always enjoyed playing in it at Crimson.
I always enjoyed the food, too. The hospitality was top-notch.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. Yeah, that's going to be a fun week. And then you hit Christmas break, and then it's Region 10 time.
Yep.
When you come back from Christmas break. So preseason games, we love them, but really can't wait for January when those region games start rolling.
When will the UHSAA put out the first 4A RPI poll? Will it be pre-Christmas? Will it be one before Christmas?
I can't remember. I think it's right after region play starts. But yeah, that's always something interesting to keep an eye on as the season goes along, especially as we prepare for the 4A tournament up at Utah State this year. That RPI, you're always looking for matchups. You start gathering film. You start doing scouting reports.
12-15. So they will have the first 4A, I believe, that will be available on the 15th of December. Okay. So they're going to get a bunch of games under their belt, and then they'll have...
Yeah, that'll give us a good 6-7 games. That'll be right before the Coach Walker Classic. So, yeah, that'll give us an idea of what we're looking at, just based on preseason schedules.
All right, that's going to do it for the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. For Colin back in the studio, in the Fan Sports Network studio, for all of our people listening up in Cache Valley across the state, Dusty Allen, our TV producer, Casey Winters, Devin Dixon, where it is a final 71-37. Desert Hills falls to the Skyview Bobcats. Have a great weekend, everybody.